We managed to get Haraya home. She's sitting in our backyard again. Not quite where she belongs. She belongs on the water, not on land. But that is what it is. So we got a few repairs to make to her while we're home for the next little while. One of the major things we're going to do is we're going to replace the engine. We're going to repower her because this little Wester bitch has not been kind to us. So we bought a Beta 25 from Beta Marine. Showed up a couple weeks ago.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand.
We can't get it! There we go.
No? I don't think so. I think so. Josh, ready?
Up. And then low. Good?
It's gonna swing once it comes out.
Stop, stop, stop,
Stop.
Down. First thing we need to do is get power to the boat. So I dug out our shore power cord, ran a cord from the garage, plugged her in, trying to get the lights on this place. And if I'm being honest, I kind of need some music. So I gotta get power to the boat so I can turn on a radio. Really anything without music. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get power back to the boat, hook the batteries back up, because all of our shore power runs through the battery, or the battery charger, then to the batteries, and then through the inverter. I do have one outlet that runs on shore power. And I think all I really need to do is turn on the breakers. I watered the batteries before we left. I'll check them real quick. They are lead acid, 6 volts. I'm wired into 12, obviously. But I think all I gotta do is turn on the main breaker, and I think Haraya will fire up, and we should be good to get some work done. All right, I flipped the breaker. Let's see if we have anything. It's been a little while. I can't remember how I wired this boat. I think there's some breakers back here. Charger on. Shore power on, which actually powers this outlet. Let's get these batteries charged back up, turn the inverter on, and get to work. She's coming back to life, guys. Inverter's on. No fuses have popped. I think we are gonna be good to go. That's exciting after the boat's sitting in Mexico heat for like 3-4 months now. I think it was on the hard, actually. It's nice to know that stuff's still functioning. My plan is to just take a few of the little parts off this motor, get her unhooked, and then I gotta figure out how to get it up that companionway. In the past, I've done it with the boom up and or with the mast up and the boom and the winches. It's really easy. But now that we're on land, the mast is down, right? We'll figure it out. We'll figure out something. So I'm just gonna unhook this thing, get her prepped, get the exhaust unhooked, maybe unhook the gearbox, make it a little bit lighter, and figure out how to get it out of the boat. Took me about an hour or so to unhook everything. I've got one more thing to unhook, and that's the negative battery cable for the starter. I've weaseled the engine out onto some blocks so I can actually get to the starter. So far so good. I mean, I haven't hurt myself, haven't injured myself, I haven't hurt the boat. All pluses in my world. Check out the progress. Here we go. Probably don't recommend doing this by yourself. You know, the whole don't try this at home, kids, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully I can get this motor out of here without anything happening. And then I'll show you the scaffolding I created, set up to do this with this come along. So I am by myself today. I had the day off. I really want to get this done. Wife, kids are all at work. That and I'm probably stubborn. You know, I'm used to doing things by myself, so not a problem. Let's see if we can get this thing out of here. Like I said, don't look at how I'm doing this. But when there's a will, there's a way. Hopefully I'm not being too stupid. I think I'm okay. What the f happened? That didn't go so well. I was about to climb out of the boat. The engine was maybe 2 feet in the air. My strap broke that I was using to pull lift the engine up with. It was a brand new little strap. This thing only weighs like 250 pounds. Strap was rated for more than that. I don't know what happened. You know, I got very, very lucky. I didn't lose a toe or something. But we're gonna try this one more time. I know, it looks safe, right? If it makes anybody feel better, the aluminum plank is rated at 250 pounds in its mid-span. I'm only using a third of it. The ladders are rated at 375 pounds. I know they're above their point here. Let me show you. They start down at the ground. They hit the tow rail here, and then they go up another 5 feet, which isn't the safest. That means the bottom of the ladder could kick out. So I did put some straps on. The same 500-pound rating strap I was using that broke and the motor fell. I did that so the bottom of the ladder wouldn't kick out. Made it pretty rigid. It went fine except for the strap breaking. Now I just got to figure out how to get it off the deck onto the ground. So I'm going to think about that for a minute. But I might wait for my kid Corey to get off work and give me a hand. So I don't hurt myself. Or Haraya. That would be the worst. So I did get a little bit lucky when that motor fell. I was not underneath it. I'm around equipment quite a bit. I'm doing construction. I don't usually get my feet or toes in the way in case something can fall. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I pay attention. Especially when it's a little bit sketchy. I didn't feel like it was unsafe. Just a little bit sketchy. So I go really slow and I make sure my feet, my toes, my digits are out of the way. You know, keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times, gentlemen. Actually, I got one little injury. But, I mean, that's hardly even a scrape, so. Stay out of the way.
I started it.
In case something, because when this shit breaks, it breaks.
Yeah.
There's no bending like the movies, there's none of that, it breaks and it falls.
You didn't film this most scary part.
No, I was concentrating.
The most scary part is getting it off the boat, just at that top, right over the tow rail.
Yeah, we're good now.
But it was seamless. Over the next several minutes, we inched the motor down to the ground. Once it was down, we began getting ready for our next projects.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it, but can't see it today.
Catch us on our next video as we attempt to create more space. Is that even possible?
You ready?
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. Okay. You can put it on your vlog.
If you're wondering where to spend your next dollars, check out our Patreon page where you can support our creations. Cheers!
Okay.